Hello y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually going to be doing something different. I am going to be doing a Ruggable review. That is the rug that comes with two separate parts that you can wash in your own washer and dryer. I wanted to put this out here because when I first ordered mine, there wasn't many unsponsored Ruggable videos. And I get like not everyone will lie or like say all the benefits of a Ruggable and one that's sponsored. But I did find that a lot of things were great, and none of the things that I was having issues with my Ruggable were even on these videos that were sponsored, except for one other YouTuber. I'd have to look up her information. If I can find her, I will put a link down below so you can also look at her Ruggable review because I feel like she did a really great job. Today I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of having a Ruggable. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell just so you can be notified when I do upload new content. I do upload about 2 to 3 times a week, but let's get started with this video. I do apologize. I'm in my room and my room has not been cleaned yet today. I just got off work and I really wanted to film this video, but I also have 3 kids and tell you to film today was not easy, but I made myself do it anyway. But first we're going to start out with all of the pros of having a Ruggable. I really do love having my Ruggable. I do have to put that first. None of my cons are deal breakers for me, but the pros, here we go. One of the biggest things for the Ruggable for me is the fact that it is washable. I love that I can put it in my washer and dryer, especially with 3 kids and 2 dogs. My carpet gets a beating. I do love it though. I love that I can just throw it in, clean it, and put it back together. That is number 1, is that it is washable. I inserted this clip to show how I wash it and take apart my Ruggable, just so you can get an idea of how I do this. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually put this on delicates. Make sure it is on either colors or cold. And I put it on extra large. And then I just start it, and I'll use my normal Tide soap just to wash this. Okay, all I do is actually put this to air fluff, no heat, and then just switch it to more dry on delicates, just so I can get this dry. 2, I do work out in my living room, so when I do work out, I am on the rug and I do cardio, weight training, all Beachbody programs. If you haven't already, I will put my sister's link to Beachbody. She is a coach, I am not. So if you are interested in Beachbody on demand where you can do in-home workouts, look her up. And again, her link is down below. But the rug, number 2, it does not move a lot. The rug does not move or sway, even though I do not keep a coffee table on it pretty regularly because of my kids crawling and moving a lot. I did not put a coffee table until recently into my living room. And so there was nothing on it, and we walk on it all the time. My dogs play on it, and I work out on it, and it does not move. It sticks pretty well. And I think with the padding, like the mat underneath, it would work just as well on hardwoods because of the grip. But that is number 2. That is why I love the Ruggable as well. Another good thing about it is actually the price. Everyone's like, oh, they're very expensive. What are you talking about? Well, I got mine on Black Friday sale, so I would definitely be looking out for the sales on the Ruggables, but also the fact that there is a payment plan option, and you don't have to pay interest or anything like that. I think they use Afterpay or Sezzle. I can't be sure on which one. I'd have to look up which one I use, and you can just use that for payments once or twice a month. And I did love that I could pay off my Ruggable that way. I think mine's a 5x7. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I will look that up as well, just to make sure. But an 8x10 perfectly would have fit in my living room as well. Another pro to this is that this rug does not seem to stain very easily. My son has dropped Huggies. My dogs have gotten sick, unfortunately, on my Ruggable. Popsicles, Pop-Tarts, clay, you name it has been on my rug, and it has not stuck and has not stained my rug, which is great. I do really love that. I just put, if I have to, I put a little bit of shout just in case I'm worried it won't come out. But when I throw it in my washer, it is good to go. That is definitely a number 4 on my list. It does not stain easily. All right. Number 5, the pros, the final and last one, is the fact that I love that you can change the pattern. You do not need to buy the whole base, all of that just to buy just the top pattern. I have not done this because I do really love the pattern that I have currently, but I was looking at another pattern that I was like kind of interested in, and it was on there, and all I had to do was click a button that said I just need the top rug for the Ruggable, not the bottom part. So I do find that very interesting that you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on another rug. It might be cheaper just to get the top part after you buy the initial rug. But those are my 5 pros to having a Ruggable. Now I am going to be moving into the cons, but however, I do have a Ruggable, and again, I do love it. So these cons aren't deal breakers for me, but they might be for you. And I just want to do an honest review where you guys see the good and the bad, and then make a decision. Because again, even though the Ruggable is a good and fair price, I believe in my personal opinion, that doesn't mean everyone has hundreds of dollars to spend on a new Ruggable or a new carpet even. So just take these with a grain of salt, or if it is a deal breaker for you, then that is your own thing. But let's get into the cons. One of the cons that I have to say is that it's hard to assemble by yourself. So what I mean by assembly is you saw in a video that I attached of me pulling apart the Ruggable. You see the Velcro at the bottom part of the Ruggable and the top carpet pattern of the Ruggable. When I try to put it together, if you want it to have no wrinkles and lay perfectly, then you need to have someone. I always suggest having my husband helping me, or a second person. Even your kid could help you just by holding the rug straight while you kind of push down and evenly disperse the carpet across the Ruggable. I do find that it's not that difficult, but it does take more time if you are trying to do it by yourself. I mean, I've done it before, but it is a pain to try to put it back on by yourself. Another con is I was actually having trouble vacuuming it. You'll see that I actually vacuumed it in a clip here. I'll attach it so you can see me vacuuming it. I did not know I have the Dyson V7 Animal one. And if you have even the hardwood attachment, or you can switch to intermittent suction, and that actually will go over the Ruggable perfectly okay. So I did have it on my cons list, but the benefit is that if you have a lower suctioning vacuum or anything like that that can be run over the floors, that will work. So yes, it's hard to do it with max suction, but if you have something that has a lighter suction, it will work fine. One of the other cons, number 3 on my cons list, is that it's not soft. It's a very thin material. So when you're laying on it, or you think you're going to get a carpet that's very soft and you can lay down on it and like be comfortable, I don't really think it adds a comfortable aspect to your living room. I think it's more of just to style your living room and great for like curb appeal, but I don't feel like it's great on like comfiness. I don't think you can lay down on it and play with your kids and not be hurting later. If you are looking for something more soft, especially for a crawler, I would suggest getting a regular rug. But like again, my kids crawl around on it fine. It actually has its benefits because it's so thin and rough. My son can crawl on it better. It's just kind of pros and cons, but I do feel like he would hurt his knees crawling on it all the time. But he's not there yet to crawling. He's kind of starting, but not completely there. One of the final last things, this is my biggest con out of all of them, and out of this whole review, this is my biggest con. I don't know if everyone's does this, but I know mine has. After 1 or 2 washes, my Ruggable edges start to curl up. You will see this in the video that I attached. My edges are all curled up on the side. You cannot get them to stick to the Velcro because it does lay over like ½ inch over the Velcro. It's supposed to do that, which is fine. It's just that I cannot get it to lay flat, and it really bothers me. Again, it's not a deal breaker because I obviously have one and I haven't called and complained or anything like that. But again, it is only a 30-day money back guarantee, and mine didn't start curling until after that. But I do wash it pretty regularly because I do have kids again and 2 dogs. Like, it it goes through the ringer. So I do have to wash it. So even though it's a con, I do have to say, because it's washable, it's a big pro to me. Like, because it can be washed, I love my Ruggable. But again, the sides curl up. It's very annoying. You can't do anything really besides maybe carpet tape, like double-sided carpet tape, to put underneath so you can lay it flat on your carpet or even hardwood. But again, it does curl up. So if that's a deal breaker for you, then that's your own personal opinion. But I did try different drying methods with this as well. I've tried hanging it out to dry. I've tried even maybe low heat in the dryer, or just, again, I normally do no heat and just tumble dry, like no heat at all when I throw it in the dryer. So yes, it's going to curl, and that, again, that's a con, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But in the end of all of this, I honestly love my Ruggable. I wouldn't change buying my Ruggable just because I do love how it looks and the fact that I can wash it. I feel like if I would have spent $200, $300, even more on a regular rug with comfiness and fluffiness and all of that, I wouldn't have been able to wash it, and my rug would have been ruined within 20 minutes tops. So again, I really do love my Ruggable. So if you are thinking about getting one, head on over there and definitely check out the patterns. They always are coming out with new ones. They're really good carpets. Again, I hope that you will give them a shot, but it is your own personal opinion if you don't want to spend that much money. And I do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video today.